Good morning, everyone. This is Mrs Betza. We are going to have science class today. Today is Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. Today, we are going to see or we are going to reinforce a topic that we saw a couple of weeks ago. This is what is motion. But before of that, we are going to remind or remember the weekly norm. Do you remember it? It says, I will love and take care of my family because they are my treasure of my life. Don't forget it. They are our treasures in our life. Right now, I want to that you repeat one more time for me and to your parents the weekly norm. I will love and take care of my family because they are the treasure of my life. Very good. Right now, let's go ahead and continue. And we are going to see the topic, as I told you before, is the lesson 1 from chapter 2. It says, what is motion? We are going to see this topic on page 54 to 61. Okay, if you go to the page, you will look the question, what is motion? And you will see different kind of pictures. Here we have the vocabulary that we are going to see this week. The vocabulary is motion, reference point, force, and gravity. So that is involved inside of what it is motion. Let's go ahead and take one by one. We are going to answer all of these questions. First, what is motion? It's very interesting to know. If you look at the picture on the book, you will see that it's like a little ball bouncing or changing the position of the object. That is motion. It's when you change the position of an object. Be ready and pay attention to this video. Imagine you are playing in a playground. Think of all the things around you that you can move. The seesaw goes up and down. The swings go back and forth. The merry-go-round goes around in a circle. There are so many ways in which things move. Everything we just described is a type of motion. Motion is movement from one place to another. When the seesaw is still and you and a friend sit on it, it begins to have motion. One seats go up and one seats go down. They change their positions. Positions is the place where you are. If you change your position, you are moving. There are different types of motion. If you look at all of the kids playing in the playground, you will see that they are making many movements. A lot of them are changing the position. When they go up and they go down, they are using motion or movement. They change the positions. Not just you can change position, also things or articles can change positions from one place to another. We saw many examples about it, or we can talk about many examples. For example, when a car is moving, it changes the position from where the car was and where the car is moving. Could be in front or back. We have to be careful to watch or observe around you and to see if there is a lot of motion. The fan works with energy and change the position of its object or itself when it's moving. Now we are going to see what is a reference point. It's according with the book, a reference point is a place or object used to determine if an object is in motion. What it means this? It means when we find an object, we can see if that is moving or not. Let's put an example. We are on the street, on the road street, in a car. We can see many trees, but according that we are seeing the car is moving, we can see that our reference point change. Why is changing? Because the car is moving and our reference point is not anymore the same tree that we see. Now it's moving to another object from which motion it's measured how long it's moving. Please go in the on the book on page 56. We will see here some boys riding a bicycle. Now, as I told you before, there changes the position where they are now. So that means the reference point change. It means that from the place they begin to ride a bike, it's a different place where they will end. Many objects can be reference points, not just one. On page 57, we can be able to see a girl that she is sliding on a water slide, maybe in a pool, and you will see what is her reference point or what was her reference point. Her reference point in this case was the one that she had when she begins to play. What is her reference point? Her reference point is the one where she begins or she goes down on the slide. So in this case, the reference point doesn't change because every person that goes up will have the same reference point. Let's go ahead and talk about force. What is force? Okay, force is any push or pull. What it means that? It means when you open the door, maybe you push it or pull it, that's its force. That means it's how hard we push it or pull it. If you look at the video, you will see like two boys that they are hanging a rope, and each one of them it's moving to the other side. So both of them are pulling, and one will be that has more force that it will take it all of that rope. Where do we use force? We use force when we are playing, when we open doors or open windows. We use it when we open food, when we close things. We use for push or pull. Now we are going to look the other word from that vocabulary, that it's gravity. Please go to page 60. Will we be able to see an apple in a tree, an apple tree? Maybe you can imagine or you have an idea that we relate apple trees with gravity. That means that it's a force that pulls objects toward each other. In this case, it's showing that it's taking the apple from the tree to the earth. That doesn't mean that is the only way that it can show gravity. It says it's a force that pulls objects toward each other. That means there are pushing them or pulling them to one specific place. As we know, we can walk on Earth because of this, because of the gravity. If we don't have gravity, we'll be floating around the space. Okay? And this is dependence of the masses of the object, and how much is the distance between them. In this case, if we throw a ball to somebody, somebody can catch it because it's a force that it takes between a daily object that we use. Force's gravity increases as object increase in mass. It also increases as an object gets closer. Let's talk about a little bit gravity and mass. Gravity is the force that makes an object, such a ball, falls to the ground. When you drop a ball, it falls to the ground because Earth's large mass pulls on it. The ball pulls on Earth too, but the ball's mass is too small to affect the Earth in any noticeable way. So in this case, how heavy is an object? It has more force, more gravity. Thank you very much for your attention, guys. Right now, I would like to invite you, to each one of you, to go to our website, that is pearsonrealize.com, that you can go and answer some questions and look some exercises about force and motion. Don't forget, please don't forget our slogan, our yearly slogan, that is good habits and value help you to triumph in life. Please be careful to yourself, and we will see next week with the next video. Have a good day. Bye bye.